Pixar is too scared to make a horror movie. So I'm gonna take these 3 movie posters and turn them into horror. Starting with A Bug's Life, because what's more scary than bugs living inside your body? But the first thing I have to do is cut out Flick, which is pretty boring, so let's just speed this up real quick. Okay, now we have this, and after 10 minutes of looking at pictures of stomachs, I found this one, and I think you can guess where this is going. Let's make the background red with an inner shadow. I'll add a low exposure layer to add some shadows onto Flick's face. Now I'll add some shadows onto the stomach below his hands to actually make it look like he's in the scene. But after I'm done with that, I'll add some intestines behind him because, well, he's in a stomach. And my idea is that he ate his way out, so there would probably be some liquid coming out, so let's add that as well. I'm also going to put some on his face and hands, which I think looks pretty good. So let's look at this title and add an outer bevel and some more intestines inside for a similar effect to the bottom. And the final thing we need to do to bring this image together is add a camera raw filter. So this is the first of 3 Pixar horror posters. I think it's pretty cool, but it's only the first poster. And did you know that subscribing gives you 3 months of good luck? Because it doesn't, I just made that up. All right, but let's kill this rat. So after cutting him out, I'm gonna fix his arm on the right so it's not cut off. Let's also remove this knife on the left because we'll add it back later. But let's put this one into his arm and add some blood. I'm gonna make a little cut in the tail and remove the rest. I'll remove this knife for later, but let's use the clone stamp tool to remove this foot and add some more to his leg. And we also need to remove the reflection on the knife. I did add the foot back so we can make it look like it's behind the knife, so the knife is cutting into his leg. Now let's bring back those knives we removed earlier and just cut them out. Let's put this one in his head and this one in his stomach before removing the pupils on his eyes and using liquify to make his mouth look more lifeless. I'll bring his eyes back, but move them into different spots and add some dripping blood in between them. I love it. Let's make a hole in his stomach and bring in some intestines. The intestines are the star of the show so far. W intestines in the comments. I also added a female reproductive system, but you're only gonna see the bladder, and I don't even know if you'll be able to recognize it later. So now I'll add a little cut in the intestines, and I think we need to add some more blood. So let's add a huge blood splat on the wall and make some drips coming down. I'll go over those drips with a blood brush to make it more realistic. Let's make a puddle and then just put it on the floor and then remove the blood in front of the title. But I think it would be cool if we take this text from the original poster and make the dying part red. And after cutting out all these knives, I of course added more blood. So finally, let's add a camera raw filter to make the colors look more like a horror poster. Let's not waste any time and move straight into Finding Nemo, because I don't really think this shark is bloody enough, so let's fix that. The first thing we need to do is remove Marlin and Dory because, well, this shark is gonna eat them. But let's make the shark look a little bit more scary by removing his pupils in his eyes with the clone stamp tool. Now, I think we obviously need to add some blood onto his teeth and then go back around and erase some stuff. But I do remember a scene from the movie where Bruce, the shark, sniffs the blood in the water, so let's add some of that too. I'll use liquify to make it look more wavy before fading it out at the bottom. Let's use a soft brush to add some red over the eyes, and then I'll make a mask to put it only on the eyeballs. I'll add some blood in the water with a smoke brush and then make a copy for the bottom. The final thing we need to do is add a camera raw filter to fix the colors. So this is Finding Nemo, but horror. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be finding Nemo anytime soon, but let me know in the comments what your favorite poster is. And if you enjoyed, maybe check out one of these videos. They look pretty interesting, right?